Feet long, big toes together, heels apart. Bring the knees slightly up, and then tighten on my hand. Hold that anchor, 3 breaths. Expand and elevate. Let the head rest to the floor. Almost even tuck the chin slightly towards the chest. Good. That expands, elongates, decompresses that cervical spine. Now think about shoulders rolling back, and then tightening those scaps the way you were speaking about, down and in. 3 breaths. Each breath expands the rib cage, creating space for the shoulder work. Thumbs at the base of the rib cage, pinkies on top of the hip bones. Now place the hands together, fingertip to fingertip like this. Drive the hands up, straight up towards the ceiling. Elongate, tighten the elbows towards one another. That gets that tricep engaged, the serratus, base of the lat. As the hands start to track back, take bigger breaths. Sync it up with your breath. When you pause on the exhale. Powerful exhales, toes towards the nose, inner thighs together, hold your anchor. Good. Pulse the elbows towards one another. Bring the elbows all the way in. Take the hands out, palms up, pinkies only. Feel that? Serratus, so you can get there to there. Do this standing. I'm teaching it supine, so gravity's helping. From there, open all the way. Back down to your center spot. Position 1. Good. We're going to do it as a supine tracer or a supine stork. I'm going to take this heel. You're going to trace it on the inside of this shin bone to the knee and back down to the top of the ankle. You maintain the anchors in the lower half. Expand and elevate. Trace 3 up and down, nice and slow, a slow pace. Find out those areas that's difficult to keep a steady pace at a slow pace. You'll feel the body wants to speed up. Pause right there.
That activates so good in the glute med.
Yep.
I need adductor work too. This is good.
Yep. So if you want to add an isometric in your adductor, bring this hand, pinky side, strong side of the hand, press it into the inside of the knee, resist, push into one another. And then get as long as you can, all the way back. Take this all the way back. Thumb's going to be placed right there. Press isometrically into the mat. Isometrically here, toes towards the nose. Keep your anchor. Expand and elevate.
I'm remembering like 10 things.
That's all right.
You're like, do this.
It becomes more natural when you feel like, all right, I just need this to turn on and I want an isometric in the adductor, and just know that you're going to lengthen this side and get more of a pull from above so you get even more of that glute med. Open this hand, what I like to teach, wide space at every joint. And then switch to the other side. So that's the supine stork, like you'd stand single leg in the assessment. I'm looking for that head and that chest to turn towards that side. So you're starting to ingrain that pattern. Yep. This is the bad side. Weight on the isometric. Trace 3 to 5 times first, just to loosen that.
Trace. Do I go toe to toe again and then go across? And
Absolutely.
drag the heel?
Absolutely.
So I should go all the way back to neutral.
Yep.
Go just
Yep.
above it.
And you're going to get everything long. You could even go
here, touch. Then I go back. I trace. I hold the knee joint. Flex the toes back.
And then the full range would be now to extend from here, which is what we're going to work when we do a second set. So it's going to go all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. So you get the full hip socket.
So then I should go
up. Yep. Slow and controlled. Don't use momentum to get to your range. Yep.
Yeah. Don't use momentum. Okay. We just control through that.
Nice and slow.
Says the guy whose hips work, right?
Hey. Nice and easy right there. You could even pulse down and up, and play in that range.
I've just been doing like this for a pulse, just like this.
That works. That works.
A little bit more.
More stable in the hip. Think about isolating the back of the knee. Open in the back of the knee and closing it. Open in the back of the knee and closing it. Good.
Nice.
You get that hamstring to open. Yeah. So anybody with old, you've got.
Yesterday, the hamstring.
Yep.
My tendon is, I'm missing a piece of hamstring tendon on that side. So
yep.
Abby worked it, massaged it, cupped it. Hopefully it's like getting better.
You're just feeding the tissue good food.
Abby fuck up all the scar tissue that's in there. And I'm probably just going to cry. Yeah, I might, like, this is no bullshit. I might come down, take some ketamine, work my muscle, whatever it needs. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. No, the right dosage. Really good. Yes, I can. I'm actually opening a ketamine clinic.
I saw it in Spanish Fork. They have a loud-ass, flashy sign.
Branded it, it's great. For treatment-resistant depression, it's amazing.
Sometimes it says ketamine therapy.
It's better than either LSD. She's tried both. It's better than those for it. Has been. Yeah. She's done 2 treatments here, bro. I
Cool.
still haven't done it. What's next? Same?
So tracers into the ankle gyros.
Stand here, and then I do slow.
Spread those toes wide as you can, and then working that gunk out of that ankle. Got any cracklies?
Bad ankles. My knees have been really good until the MCLs have been sore. I poured one ACL one time, but
So once I see you do those, I can get the last couple joints in the feet.
it's so righteous. Toe property is fucking nice.
There you go. You get all 5, that means you did a good job with the full ankle gyro. If I had trouble with one, then I'd know, hey, you still got a lot of...
My big toes are usually hard. So then do I do the other leg?
Yep.
Go down, here, touch toes, flex.
Good.
Drag.
Nice.
Here, extend,
That's-
spread, ankle gyros, spread, try and control the hip. I can probably do
Up, yep. Isometric.
change sides, probably hold, open, wide, too many things.
But you got it. You understand it. You just did the full flow.
Bend,
Because it's the landing
control,
and the leaving phase. Boom. Supine work.
Okay, good. I feel good. You want me to do a couple of those?
You want this foot? Let me see this foot.
I did.
Can I get your toes popped, dude? That's what it's about. That's what people are going to start coming to me for.
Like
Just pop my toes.
And then get my toes popping, I'm stoked as hell.
Roll over on your tummy. Head that way. So prone work, all the starting points you just did supine, same thing. You're in the same shape. You're just now working against gravity. I like the hands out beside the ears. That gives me the ability to start to track those elbows down and back.
Anchors.
So
Here.
this is the end goal. And then we're going to coordinate that. Good. Heels apart. Inner thighs together. Float the hands. Float the forehead. Take a breath. 3 to 5 breaths. And then start to coordinate that overhead reach. So
You want me to try?
right hand will reach over into the left column. Yep. And then that's when really anchor that lat like we were doing standing up earlier. Yep. Get rid of that stale air. Now float the feet just barely off the ground. Yep. Pause there. Fingertips down. That's it. Press into the mat. Boom. Same thing with the bottom hand. So you just prime it up, right? You're just turning it on, and then you're going to let it loose and go the other way. 2-second primes, 2-second presses. Deep breath, exhale, powerful. Switch to the other side. Good. Don't miss that thumb.
Oh, thumb too. You said fingers, so I assumed.
Got me on a technicality. The only time I've ever bet on sports, I won on a technicality. There's an NFL guy going to the UFC. He was against a wrestler, and I put money on the wrestler. And then the NFL knocked him out with a knee to the face, but it was illegal, so I won. All right, Mike, from there, back to center. Start to work your butt back towards your heels. We're going to end in that rocker.
Feet back on the mat.
Feet back on the mat. Feet back on the mat. Slow. Hands, elbows, everything's right in here. Pushing through the hands and slowly taking yourself back. It's going to start out a shoulder routine, and then it's going to end in the hips. We're just going to slow and controlled. It's
let me back down, chest to the mat.
Just rocking forward and back.
Just rock.
Yeah. So you'll find that slot, and what I want people to know is, man, my hands found their life right below my shoulders, right in their columns and right below it.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah. So now you're just loading the whole shoulder structure on the way back. Or you could shift the focus now to the hips. So tighten the butt and just hold that pressure in the butt as you rock forward and away from it, and you'll get that same hamstring pull that you felt earlier. Push the tops of the feet into the mat as you go forward, and that's going to lengthen from here to there. Spread those toes in that position. Crinkle the toes, open the toes, crinkle the toes. You can do footwork in that full pack. Next step is going to be to curl the toes under. Come out, bring the knees up.
How much do you want me to go up? Full extension? Or you want me to just push off the mat?
Just float. Lengthen the core on the way down. Take the butt back. Forward. You getting that elastic response at all, that shake?
Well, I can make myself shake if I just ISO hold it.
Yeah, do that. Yep. Slowly lower those knees. It's a good quad. You know anybody that needs knee or quad strength, that nice and slow lower forces them to secure that. Yep. And then go back down and untuck the toes. And we're going to get the shins. Slowly lower. Good. Next one. We're going to drop our right side straight back.
This is one I practice, but I practiced it with the hook tail.
That's the next step.
Okay, I did this one.
So making sure you can just stay in that hip, and then you're going to turn into it and get deeper into it. Well, now we're getting into movements that I did regularly, so I should be better at this. Yep, good. Switch to the other side. Yep. Tucking them towards one another. His right one flares a little more at times.
Yep, it does. It's definitely the weak side.
So just thinking elbow. Remember these that we did first? So that's going to be good to stabilize that, and you'll see it start to show up more in your just natural habit if you're thinking about doing more of those. So now alternate side to side. Speed the tempo up a little bit on this. And then keep the gaze high. So head, chest, tall, everything up. And this is when you can go back, around, good. You're just heating everything up. Nice work. Back to center. Bringing your left side through. Good. Turn towards it. Look at your back heel. And then raise the front heel. Hold that. Try to take that hip as far back as you can. Feel that? Deep breath. Yep. Eyes up, gaze high. Good. Switch to the other side.
How do I switch? Come back.
Just transition back to your, yep.
Back to kneel.
Yep.
Here.
Yep.
Explode.
Good.
Power, tight,
Hip back. Very nice. Heel out of the ground. So you could calf raise in that position and target the calf and the ankle.
Cool.
As long as what you'll notice is the knee wants to slide forward. Keep that hip packed back behind that. Yep.
Weak.
Wants to
This side
short,
is the one
pulls it
adductor
back
that
in. So adductor work, in, out, Focus on the out, but let it come back in into that slot. That bad position, teach it how to get out. Bad position, teach it how to get out.
Keep the toe down.
Keep that hip back. There. It's that extra 3 inches is going to get you that length. That's funny. Cool. Sweet. So, groundwork portion, done. From here forward, you've introduced the foot, so we're going to start to do some standing work. I'm going to use this primarily. So, standing, facing this. Front facing work. Heels off the ground, straight feet. My butt's back. And that full hinge, keeping my chest tall. Drop back. Pick one foot, pick a side, drop.
And the hand stays, and the same foot goes back.
Yep. And make sure that hip goes where? Back. Where do you feel that? Let me see you transition in and out of that.
Same side's okay?
Yep.
It's hard to pull my hip back. That's just a new movement.
Hold there. We're going to take this top of this foot, drag it forward and up the back to there and back down. So you're isolating foot control, keeping that hip up and back. Now bring that backside all the way through, knee all the way up. Good. So that's your full range. And switch to the other side. Tall as you can get here. Last one. You bring that through. Walk those hands up. Feet back down. Feel that length. How much taller? Through the spine. There. Keep and retain that feeling. Switch. Put your butt on the wall. Walk the feet a little bit out. Drive the hips into the wall. Compress that pad and take the rib cage forward. Feel
knee bend's okay, or you want my
knee bend's okay. The longer they get, the more the hips go up.
Okay.
So
I can go longer. I was just curious.
The hips drive up,
balance
stay in. Yep. So now you're isolating the hip. Pelvis is sitting right on top of those two hip bones. Take that breath. You're gonna go through your shoulder routine.
At an angle.
gaze where the pads meet the wood. Pause there. Why don't you just groove this a little taller and then back down. Okay, and now alternate. From here, back to these. Boom, out, all the way up. Hands come down behind the head. Open and close the elbows. Keep that chin tucked up into the body if you can. Expansive breaths. Can I put this here?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
So out to the side, underhands. Up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. Good.
You should go both directions. Problem with that?
Nope. I give people these, emphasis this, because everything in our life is here. But you're going to be in these positions too, so be good. You could add a 1 pound weight to this.
I love it with bands.
Do it in prone, do it with bands, banded hip. You got a band? I'm going to incorporate a band with you.
Oh,
so
grab one?
Here, you're in charge of this while I'm over there. Okay. I want you to put that butt up in the wall, pull that plate apart, and then tuck things back.
See, the bands are hanging right behind the box jump?
Yep.
And then we can clip them on any one of these clips
cool.
And still have it right here in the vision.
I'm going to have you both hands full range.
So I'm same shit as before.
Same shit as before.
Up to the chest.
Yep. Elbows tucked back and down and in. Shoulders, scaps, everything packed down towards the spine. Pull that plate apart. Take it out. Deep hinge. Inner thighs, inner shins, everything towards one another. Good. Hold that position down in the base and start to bring it up. And you're going to get low back. That head, that chest tall. So don't dip at that thoracic. Try to keep it long. Just like you did in the prone work, laying on your tummy.
That's hard. That's tough.
Take a break. Mike, you're my guy that just doesn't stop, and I love it, but I need to remember that you're not going to stop. Most people quit on me. They get their rest breaks. You just keep going. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I win shit, dude. I'm fucking doing this.
So
that's why my shoulders are going to be good and theirs aren't. Not that I don't want to see you anymore. I want to see you.
I want you off my caseload. I want you off my caseload.
I want to see you when I'm like, how do I get more? My body's working great. What else is there?
I want you to go, Cody got me right. Send me people, and then you just join in when they're here. And you just hop in and get your work.
Cody, I feel really good. If I can get the last of my hip figured out, I think we are done.
So last to your hip.
I honestly think scar tissue built up in the bottom of my hamstring. I was trying last time. It's been a couple weeks. But when he was fucking my hamstring, he's like, "You got a lot of scar tissue there. We're gonna have to deal with that." And I was like, "Yeah, I know." And it's the same reason my T bands are fucked. I cupped these, whatever this muscle is on the outside. It's so tight, dude. Both sides, because of my knee strain, because I'm not strong here. This is compensating all the time for all my shit. So it's like both the outside ones. I'm just not holding my shit the way they should. So, time to.
So, I don't often teach this because it's really easy to screw this up by not using foot control and not using your hips to decompress the knee, and then you're just grinding the knee. But you're trying to get the hips to open. and then the hips to close. The hips to open, and the hips to close. So you could do that facing the wall, you could do it with your butt on the wall, and then you could do it if you want to isolate one hip. I'm just going to shimmy down a bit, keep this hip driven into the door frame, or in this case, this pad. You're going to drop that backside back.
And now you're still going to do the open closes like we did before.
I'm just going to do these.
Oh, okay.
And hinge into that hip, and you'll feel right in there primarily. When you say the hip,
So
are you talking,
bad hip.
when you say bad hip, where? Right there? Perfect.
This is my problem.
In here?
Like my psoas extensor, but it all
That's really
stems.
here.
It all stems from this. It's not having my full hamstring.
Yep.
So then when I rehabbed, I couldn't do this leg the same as this leg. So I compensated with this bullshit.
So
To try and be stronger, I was like, well, I can be stronger if I just turn my knee out, which short term. You know what I mean?
see this?
Yeah.
That's how I would get that for myself. I would hug it, drive that whole quad into that. So you're getting deep, and then pull that foot back, and then drive that knee, and then turn that foot out and in. Does that target that area?
It does activate really well. It feels good, actually. Surprisingly.
Made up an exercise. You can name that one.
The wood.
The wood? You like that?
Man, it's early
Do the
enough.
wood.
I can get morning wood.
Last thing, shoulder work. Just banded pull aparts. Whatever band you want, pull it apart. One of them's palms down, the other one's palms up, but you're going to go full range,
Overhead.
all the way. Try to get all the way back.
You want me open, full range, and then down low.
All the way back.
Together, posture, ass, heels.
Yep. Boom. Yep. So you can do 10 of them, or you do 2 minutes. Head tall right there. Good. That's honest work. Good work. You feel where it's really easy to shortcut that angle?
Yes. Right.
Yep. A lot of people just come right down behind their head. So you can hang out back there. You can do this prone. So then you're working against gravity. You give the hips some time off. Good. Cool. So everything's primed at that point. You hit every muscle group.